start our work session for this evening. We got a full schedule, but probably the most important one is our topic today about student engagement and student voice. Now, we sent out some key questions last week for you to think about, and the question for us is to think about what role do students play in our district in decision making, planning, how we leverage resources, what's their voice. So I'd like to open up to see what your thoughts are on that.
I think what we currently have is working, and I believe that the status quo is pretty much going very well, and I don't think we need any changes here.
So that means we don't typically have our students on our committees or whatever. You think the adults are, it's important for that decision?
I think it's too much for them, and I think that the adults should take care of business, and the students should be receivers.
I agree with Mike. I don't think the students are mature enough to make those decisions. They haven't experienced the classroom, the education. They don't have those leadership skills that are necessary. So I'm on the same page as Mike.
Yeah, well, speaking as the superintendent, if we start giving that power to students, what are our administrators here for? What are we paying them for? I think that no one's going to want to come work here if the students are running the place.
So kind of students run, who's running the ship, kind of thing.
Exactly.
I disagree.
Well, let's go here and then we'll come back.
All right.
Don't we hire professionals who have been trained into how to deliver instruction to these students?
We think we do, right, Superintendent? We hire professionals.
Yes, we do.
Leaders.
I disagree. I think with our 7-member board,
Here we go again.
maybe we ought to have 4 or 5 students. It's less adults.
I think differently, because I think that if you guys are going to be making decisions that are going to be impacting us, the students, and the way that we learn, we should be involved in that and kind of have a say as to what you guys are going to choose and how we can be involved in that.
Well, we're taxpayers. I mean, the students aren't taxpayers. It's our money that's going into it. So.
But I want to
giving that
hear
authority.
more. What do you mean? I don't understand.
Well, you see, for example, if one of the topics that you choose, let's say you have an English class and you are going to choose a certain book. And if you guys amongst yourselves decide which book it is that we're going to study based on your preference, the students might not like that. But if we involve students and we get them involved in what they're going to be learning, they can choose something that they'll be interested in, and they'll want to get more deeply involved within the subject.
I'm changing my vote.
You're stuck. What about, I'm going to go back to the superintendent because we have an association. I mean, they're very clear about roles of teachers. Would this have an impact on their decision making?
Well, we'd certainly have to take this to the union committee to see if they would sign off on us letting students make these decisions. I will tell you, I believe, I think he's making a good point. We have a lot of hurdles to get over to get there.
I do too.
I'm really impressed. You're very articulate, and I'm sorry I was so close-minded.
Well, it's all right. I think there's a good example right there why 1 or 2 just like him would be helpful for us.
Could I ask, do you think that what you say today, would the student body say the same thing? If we had other students that came, sat in the same chair, would they have the same feelings?
Yes, I do think so. I think that the students would like to be involved in the process.
Right. Other comments for us? Well, it looks like our next move probably is that we're going to have to check with more people. Is this what I'd like to do is just do a straw vote to see if we want to move forward with further exploration. Does that sound like a good move? So, and I'm going to ask everyone here to vote, even our student. We're going to practice this. How many want us to move forward and explore how we can involve students differently with the union, students, teachers, administrators? Who wants to move forward? Please raise their hand. Opposed? Raise your hand.
What's next? Are we going to give them milk and cookies too, and then give 20 days off in the school year and get out at 12 o'clock?
Maybe.
Well, I'm not sure, but one might say we give our teachers cookies and milk as well. So we're going to go with the democratic process. That's what's really important here. That's democracy. It's a 7-2 vote. We're moving forward. What I would like the superintendent to do is to devise a plan. Do I have a board member that would like to volunteer to work with the superintendent?
You know what? I'm really going to work with you on this. We're going to make this happen.
I'd like to be a part of that too.
Now, do we need a student a part of this? I would ask, would you be willing? So it looks like we have 4 people that'll work on